Hello, I'm Sandy Potter.
I'm Michael L., and welcome to Ageless Living. We're happy to join you once again from our home studios as we continue to stay home and stay safe.
Yes, and we hope you're doing well and staying cool during these warm summer days. You know, one place for many of us to stay cool and have fun has always been our local library. But this summer, of course, has forced all of us to think differently, and libraries are no exception.
That's right. From virtual programs to park and pickup services, libraries are getting creative and finding ways to stay connected with us. So, we thought it would be great to get some info on what is available this summer.
Yes, I sat down with our friend Leah Farrell from Wallingford Public Library this week. Let's take a look at our virtual discussion. Leah, thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, this summer is undoubtedly different than any other as we all work together to prevent the spread of coronavirus, and libraries, like all of public gathering places, have really had to think differently about how they operate and adjust to that. Can you tell us how the Wallingford Public Library has approached this?
Sure, and thank you for having me. We've done it in a few ways. We have figured out what we can do virtually, so what we can do online and what we can offer online, as well as what services we can offer in person in a safe way. So, for instance, having a no contact pickup for items, or even opening to the public, which we have now done for a limited amount of people. And we'll get into that, I'm sure, but we're just trying to provide the best service that we can in the safest way right now.
Of course, I did notice that you have some time slots available for people to come in person on a limited amount. But you mentioned that really creative, no contact sort of drive-through system that you have for people to be able to pick up books that they've reserved. Can you tell us about that? That's really cool.
So we're calling it Park and Pickup, and much like your local restaurant where you can schedule a curbside pickup, you can schedule a day to come pick up your items. It works really well. You don't have to come in contact with a member of the staff or any members of the public. We put the items outside and they're already checked out to you, and you can just grab them and go. It's been really popular. Although, we do have people who want to come into the library now, which is great. But for those of you who don't feel comfortable, you can always schedule a park and pickup appointment. We love doing it.
That's a great idea, a really good service. I know a lot of local libraries are doing similar things. One here in my town is doing it as well, and that's wonderful. Although we miss seeing you all in person so much.
Yeah, and we're always available on the phone, so feel free to call us if you miss our voices.
We do. You were talking about it earlier. Since the pandemic began, you've created a huge variety of virtual programming for both adults and children, really. I mean, you have everything from book club meetings to virtual cooking demonstrations. Can you tell us about that? It's really, really impressive what you've done.
Yeah, so at the start of all this was actually when I started my position, and I'm in charge of the adult programming. So it was kind of a wild ride, but we adapted quickly. We started doing virtual story times on Facebook for the children's department. And I just kind of ran with what we could do virtually. A lot of people are comfortable speaking virtually or offering presentations that way. And it's actually been wildly popular, and it's been great. And for those people who aren't comfortable with devices, they can also call into the programs. So there's a solution for everyone. We've had programs about meditation. I have a virtual beer tasting next week with a local brewery. Tonight we're having a cooking demonstration. There's so many things, and of course some of our like you said, some of our book groups have moved online. So again, it's just trying to provide the most service that we can, just in a different and safe way. It's not it's not ideal and it's not the way it used to be, but there are some silver linings. It is more convenient for some people to go to a virtual event. So we're just making the best of it and having fun.
Yeah, you sure are. And there's something out there for everybody. When I looked at your calendar of events, I was really impressed. Finally, there's still plenty of time this summer to lose ourselves in a really good book. Do you have any summer reading recommendations for us today?
So I am not the best person to ask, but we do have a page, a new page on our website that is all about reading recommendations. So what that page takes you to is we have a podcast. I believe you can listen to it online. You don't necessarily have to have a smartphone. And that is with our Reader's Advisory Librarian and one of our children's librarians. And they call it the Bookmark Podcast. It's great. They talk about books that they're reading and books that are just really catching their eye right now, or stuff that's new. We also, Cindy, who is also on one of the podcast hosts, she has a blog where she posts the things that she's reading. She reads more than all of us combined. So there's always something great on there. And also in response to the recent protests, we created a racial justice and equity resource guide for those people who are looking to learn more about how to be anti-racist and the history of race in this country. And we have a million ways to get information. So if you're looking for a specific book, like let's say you like James Patterson, but you've read all of James Patterson's, which is impressive because he has a lot of books. You can just give us a call and we can walk you through picking out something that you might be interested in, whether it's new or old or just something that you wouldn't have known about. So there's always an option if you're looking for your next great read.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for all of this great information and for being with us today. And thank you for everything you're all doing to really keep us connected and engaged with the library right now. It's much appreciated.
Of course. And if you like using the internet, visit our website, sign up for our newsletter to keep track of what's going on, or just give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you and let you know what we have on offer, because we have a lot. Even if you're stuck at home, we have something for you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, and we'll put that information up for people as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
And now, let's take a look at what's happening around Masonicare. For the first time since it was created, the GEN Go the Extra Mile Customer Experience Award will be shared by 3 employee team members. Congratulations to RCA Latia and Recreation Therapy Aides Jamie and Athena, and thank you for the compassion you show our residents and the peace of mind you bring to their loved ones. Did you know that Masonicare has a helpline, a free resource that provides confidential guidance and support to seniors, families, and caregivers? Our knowledgeable representatives are available to help you explore our continuum of care and to answer questions regarding senior health and retirement living. Don't hesitate to call the helpline at 888-679-9997, available during business hours.
Thanks so much for joining us for another virtual edition of Ageless Living.
We look forward to bringing you more stories about living well as we take this journey together.
And until next time, stay well, and remember, be ageless. Bye.